just pretend there's a speedball there.
No, but I would have done it properly. On my life.
You
like,
don't think people can see through that, yeah? It's like that.
No, but...
Oh, we'll do it properly later. That was your proper.
No, it wasn't. I swear.
That was your proper.
I swear. Want to talk about that? What are we doing now? We're rolling.
Actually rolling.
Oh, we're rolling?
Yeah.
No, but I swear. That was just... I was just fucking around. Like, if you want me to do it properly, we'll do another take. I was a bit gutted that you put it out. Like, it was impressive.
That's all I had.
No, but that's all I can do.
It was
like,
actually, it was actually alright.
I could never fight, but I could fucking do the speedball.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just waiting for Byfield at the moment.
At the moment, it's a no-show, isn't it?
It is at the moment, and we're going to start in about 5 minutes. Shocking if you don't turn up, especially after all the beef. But anyway.
Hopefully.
Big card.
Big card, and every fight on there is literally a 50-50.
Yep.
Let's talk about, obviously, John Ryder against, can you pronounce his name?
Sorokin. Yeah, undefeated Russian.
Yeah, 15-0. What can you tell us about him?
Just that he's a very good fighter. You know, obviously he's undefeated. He's worked his way up. I think he's had about 4 or 5 defences of his WBA Intercontinental title. It's a very tough fight for Ryder, but you know, it's to become the mandatory for the WBA title and the winner of Groves against Smith. So a massive opportunity for him, and you know, I feel like he's turned his career around completely. I mean, he lost to Armfield, which could have gone either way, but he was expected to win that fight. Then he went in with Rocky, which actually wasn't the fight that people hoped it would be. And again, that fight could have gone either way. Rocky got the decision, and now he goes in against Nielsen, knocks him out, stops Cox in the 2nd round, and he's 1 fight away from challenging for the world title. So he's really swung his career around, and that is a very tough fight for him. Very tough fight, because Sorokin is young and fresh as well.
Okay, let's go for Watkins and Chamberlain.
Come out of the bag a little bit, that one. I mean, when we did the Okoli fight with Watkins, you know, I said to Paddy, look, if he loses to Okoli, he can come back in a fight. But the fight that he wanted to come back to was the Chamberlain fight. You know, Chamberlain, disappointing points defeat to Okoli, which actually, I mean, if Okoli beats Askin and stops Askin, Chamberlain's 10-round points decision don't look too bad on his record, but he's made a lot of changes. He's got a new team in now, and it's going to be very interesting to see who's going to come through that fight, because that's the kind of fight where you have to understand, if you lose that fight, you ain't relevant anymore. You're not relevant in the bigger picture. You know, so that's a high pressure fight, and again a 50-50. You know, I think a lot of the work that Isaac's doing is going to benefit him, but it's also risky to go into a fight like that having worked on all this new stuff. So I can't wait for that one.
Doyle and Gill.
Another great
Obviously,
fight.
Doyle...
I mean, Ryan Doyle, big win for him against Reece Bellotti. You know, again, Bellotti was probably expected to come through that. Ryan is now applying himself full time to the sport of boxing, which you know, we've seen with Jason Wellborn, makes you a completely different fighter. Jordan Gill has looked great. He's ended up with this mad record that you'd expect him to sort of be a 4-time world champion. He's had so many fights, but he's never really had a test like this. And you know, the Jason Cunningham fight was a good test for him, but this is the crunch fight for him and Dave Coldwell, because again, you know, you lose at this level, you're not relevant in the bigger picture. And you know, Ryan Doyle's got great momentum off the Bellotti fight. We're looking to match the winner of that fight against the winner of Lowe against Walsh, which looks like it will happen on the Bellew Usyk card if that goes ahead, November 10.
Was that going to go on this card?
It was to start with, yeah. I mean, look, you know, they're not my fighters, so I couldn't televise that fight, and I just felt, how can you not televise that fight? It's a British featherweight title, so move it 2 weeks later. And you know, I don't know who I call as a favourite in Doyle and Gill. You know, you look at it and you say, probably on paper, I don't know. You know, in terms of hype, you think Gill's the favourite, but
off the back of the last win, yeah.
So, you know,
Richards and Ball,
great fight.
Yeah,
great fight. I mean, you know, Jake Ball's now with Dominic Ingles come back from a bad defeat against JJ Madonna, which seems like years ago, but what was it, 3 or 4 fights ago? Now established himself as a player in the light heavyweight division. You know, ready for the likes of Buatsi, Yard and Buglioni, but needs the one step up fight. And this is it. Craig Richards done a great job as a late replacement against Buglioni. You know, he's had a couple of wins since. He's ready for that crunch fight now. Again, who wins that fight? I don't really know, but a really good 50-50 fight. And the final one, Cheeseman against the no-show, Byfield, which a lot of people are talking about a potential domestic fight of the year. People thought that was going to headline a card. Probably, you know, it's good enough to headline a card. But what I like about that is, you know, we find out whether the hype is real for Cheeseman, And, you know, is he good enough to go on and secure British titles? Byfield's a very talented fighter. Again, pure 50-50 fight. But I like finding out if these guys are the real deal. And so it's only when you put them in a fight like this that you actually get to see if they've got the ability, the skill, the cojones, and the heart to go all the way. And, you know, that's going to tell us a lot about Ted Cheeseman.
Who else is on the bill?
I think that's the 5 we've done, isn't it? And then there'll be Reece Bellotti, Martin Ward, Charlie Duffield,
Felix
Cash. Yeah, Felix Cash, you know, he's ready now. He's going to have a 10-rounder on this card.
Wants the winner of Wellborn and
yeah, he does. But
Hearn.
he wanted the winner of Wellborn Langford, but Heffron's going to get that fight. And I think he'll be ready to fight the winner after that.
Right, Joshua-Povetkin card. You're announcing today, or you have announced.
In a couple of,
how long?
By the time this goes out.
How long are you announcing it?
We're announcing it in a couple of hours. So.
Well, I'll put this out in an hour then, bro.
Okay.
Go on.
So Sergio Kuzmin, who obviously World of Boxing and Povetkin's teammate, he's fighting David Price. Big heavyweight shootout. Price was originally going to fight Kuzmin and then went to box on another card in an 8-rounder. That fight fell through against Sean Turner, and I just said to Price, look, you're fit, you've been training, do you want it? And he said, yeah, you know, it's a big money fight for him, massive opportunity. And he goes to the well once more. Can he do it? You know, and I'll tell you, one of these days, David Price is going to come good.
It's going to click,
and he's, you know, against Kuzmin, he's a dangerous guy. I mean, he stopped Joe Joyce in the amateurs, which tells you everything you need to know. But he's not Povetkin in terms of, well, ability and skill, but more importantly, experience. So Price is massively experienced over Kuzmin. And I just feel like if David can keep himself composed, he can beat Kuzmin. And if he beats Kuzmin, he catapults him into that mix. And I would like to see him in that mix because he's very exciting. And he's dangerous. But, you know, can he take the power of Kuzmin? Can he hold his nerve under the lights again of 80,000? I mean, I don't think there'll be anyone watching that won't be willing David Price on to victory on September the 22nd. So, you know, we've got another fight to announce, hopefully today or tomorrow.
Is that a super middle?
No, that's not happening now. We chose this heavyweight fight. So we've got one fight to announce.
What weight is that one? The one that you haven't announced
yet? Could be light heavyweight. Yeah. So we've got Giasov will open the card at 5:30, then we go on TV at 6 with the fight that I'm going to announce today.
Is it involving a UK fighter?
Yes. Then we go Price against Kuzmin. Then we go Coley against Askin. Then we go Campbell against Mendy. Then we go Joshua against Povetkin. So we're cooking up nicely. And, it's gonna be
I'm glad you put another heavyweight clash on there.
People love it. And, you know, I think that it's going to be interesting to see that fight because, again, Kuzmin is a real, you know, he's perceived to be a hot talent, but ultimately he's quite inexperienced. And Price can punch like that. No? Still no Byfield. I'll finish this, then we'll get started. So everybody loves to watch the heavyweights, and you know you're going to see a knockout in that fight either way.
I know.
He says as they go to a points victory.
I know I only spoke to you yesterday, but has anything happened in the last 24 hours?
With
anyone?
Loads. Mate, things happen in every 24 minutes, let alone hours.
Yeah, what specifically has happened?
Tell you that I can announce, so.
No?
No.
You meeting Khan today?
Yeah, I think so. I said I'd give him a buzz after this, so. We're supposed to be meeting on Monday, but he's in town, so.
Work your magic.
I'm on it, don't worry.
Alright.
Alright?
Alright.
Start espresso.
Thank you.